Welcome. Today we're exploring the top 5 rare United States of America Washington quarter-dollar coins, each valued for different conditions, key mint marks, and special varieties that collectors actively search for. From early 90% silver issues and scarce low mintage dates to high-grade uncirculated examples and striking proof editions, these quarters can be worth far more than face value. Coins from different mints marked P, D, S, and even those with no mint mark can vary greatly in rarity, especially when found in exceptional condition or with notable errors. Let's get started. First up, the United States of America Washington quarter-dollar coin from 1989 with the D mint mark, a circulated piece that may look ordinary at first glance but holds layers of history, craftsmanship, and potential value that many people completely overlook. The 1989 Washington quarter belongs to the long-running Washington quarter series that began in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of America's first president. By 1989, this design had already become one of the most recognized coin images in the country, circulating through countless hands, businesses, and communities across the nation. On the obverse, the familiar left-facing portrait of George Washington remains the centerpiece. Even in circulated condition, you can still see the dignified expression, the tied hair at the back, and the strong profile that has defined this coin for generations. Over time, light wear may smooth the highest points of the design, particularly on the cheek and hair, but the image remains unmistakable. Above Washington's head, the word Liberty stretches boldly across the rim, though on a circulated coin it may show slight fading along the tops of the letters. To the left, In God We Trust is still clearly visible, anchoring the coin in its traditional American symbolism. Beneath the portrait sits the date 1989, marking this coin as a product of the late 20th century. Just to the right of the date, you will find the small but important D mint mark. This letter indicates that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the major facilities responsible for producing millions of quarters each year to meet the nation's demand for everyday commerce. The reverse of the coin features the classic eagle design that defined Washington quarters prior to the state quarters era. A powerful eagle stands with wings spread wide, clutching arrows in its talons, symbolizing strength and readiness to defend the nation. Below the eagle are olive branches, representing peace, balancing the message of power with a commitment to harmony. In circulated condition, the reverse may show flattening along the eagle's breast feathers and slight smoothing on the wingtips. However, the bold outline of the bird and the strong lettering of United States of America and quarter dollar remain clearly defined, preserving the coin's identity. The 1989 quarter is composed of a copper core with outer layers of copper nickel, a composition that has been standard since 1965. This durable structure allows the coin to withstand decades of handling while maintaining its silvery appearance, even when the surface shows scratches, small nicks, or light discoloration. Circulated condition means this coin has actively participated in everyday transactions. It may have traveled through grocery stores, gas stations, vending machines, and countless pockets. Every mark on its surface represents part of its journey, turning it into a small witness of American daily life in the late 1980s and beyond. Collectors often underestimate circulated modern quarters, assuming they hold little interest. However, seasoned numismatists know that even common-date coins can hide extraordinary features such as die cracks, double dies, or striking errors that dramatically increase value. The Denver Mint in 1989 produced a substantial number of quarters, yet within large mintages, there is always the possibility of variations and anomalies. Careful inspection under magnification may reveal subtle doubling in the lettering or unique die characteristics that separate one coin from millions of others. Toning is another factor that can make a circulated 1989 D quarter stand out. Over time, exposure to air and storage conditions may create shades of gold, blue, or soft gray across the surface, giving the coin a distinctive personality that appeals to collectors who appreciate natural patina. Grading plays a crucial role in determining value. A circulated coin may fall into categories such as very fine or extremely fine, depending on how much detail remains visible. Even small differences in sharpness can significantly affect collector interest. While many 1989 D quarters are worth only their face value in worn condition, certain exceptional pieces with rare mint errors or unusually high-grade preservation despite circulation can attract serious attention from collectors. Examining the coin's rim is also important. A strong, complete rim indicates that the coin has not suffered excessive wear, while flattened edges may suggest heavy use. Still, even coins with moderate rim wear can remain collectible when other details are sharp. The eagle design itself is a tribute to American identity during a period before the state quarters revolutionized coin reverses. Holding this 1989 quarter feels like holding a piece of the classic era of modern U.S. coinage. For new collectors, coins like the 1989 Washington quarter serve as an accessible starting point. They are easy to find, affordable, and rich with educational value about mint marks, grading, composition, and design history. For advanced collectors, the thrill lies in discovering something unusual within what appears to be a common coin. A slight off-center strike, a clipped planchet, or a strong double die can transform a circulated quarter into a prized find. The historical context of 1989 also adds interest. This was a time of global change, technological growth, and shifting political landscapes. Coins minted that year quietly circulated through a rapidly evolving world, becoming silent witnesses to history. Even the smallest details, such as the spacing of letters or the sharpness of Washington's eye, can become focal points for collectors seeking to understand die wear and production techniques at the Denver Mint. Despite visible scratches or contact marks, a circulated coin can still possess strong eye appeal. Balanced wear, pleasing toning, and clear lettering often make a coin more attractive than one might expect. Proper storage is essential for preserving whatever detail remains. Placing the coin in a protective holder prevents further wear and keeps it stable for future evaluation. Cleaning, however, should always be avoided, as it can permanently damage the surface and reduce potential value. The Washington Quarter Series continued unchanged in design until 1998, making the 1989 issue part of the final decade before the major redesign of the state quarters program. This places it at an interesting transitional point in U.S. coin history. Collectors who build date and mint sets recognize the importance of securing a representative example from each mint for every year. The 1989 quarter is an essential piece in completing such a collection. What makes coin collecting truly exciting is the possibility that even a circulated coin pulled from change could hold unexpected worth. Hidden among millions of ordinary quarters, rare varieties occasionally surface. Next up, the United States of America Washington quarter dollar coin from 1977 without a mint mark, presented in excellent condition and shining with the classic silver-toned color that collectors admire. This is not just spare change, it is a piece of American history captured in metal. The 1977 Washington quarter belongs to one of the most enduring coin series in U.S. history. First introduced in 1932 to honor the bicentennial of George Washington's birth, the Washington quarter quickly became a permanent design in American coinage. By 1977, the design had already become a familiar and trusted part of daily commerce. On the obverse, the dignified profile of George Washington faces left, a design created by sculptor John Flanagan. In excellent condition, the details of Washington's hair ribbon, cheekbone, and jawline remain crisp and well-defined. The word Liberty arches boldly above his head, while I in God We Trust appears clearly to the left, all sharply struck and minimally worn. The absence of a mint mark on a 1977 quarter indicates that it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. During this era, Philadelphia coins often carried no mint mark, making this detail a defining feature. For collectors, understanding mint mark practices adds depth and appreciation to each coin. Below Washington's portrait, the date 1977 stands out clearly, marking the coin as a product of a dynamic decade in American history. The late 1970s were a time of cultural shifts, economic challenges, and technological progress, and this quarter quietly circulated through those changing times. Turning to the reverse, the powerful eagle design commands attention. The eagle spreads its wings confidently, clutching arrows in its talons to symbolize readiness and strength. Beneath the eagle are olive branches, representing peace and balance. In excellent condition, the feathers remain detailed, and the lines of the wings are sharp and pronounced. The inscriptions United States of America and quarter dollar encircle the eagle, while E pluribus unum appears above it. In a well-preserved example, the lettering is bold, evenly struck, and free from heavy wear, contributing to the coin's strong eye appeal. The 1977 quarter is composed of a copper core with outer layers of copper-nickel, a composition introduced in 1965 after silver was removed from circulating quarters. This clad structure provides durability, which explains why many examples still appear attractive decades later. Excellent condition suggests minimal wear, possibly only light contact marks from handling or brief circulation. The coin may retain much of its original luster, that subtle cartwheel shine that moves across the surface when tilted under light. This visual quality greatly enhances its desirability. Collectors carefully evaluate high points on the design when grading. On the obverse, Washington's hair above the ear and the cheek area are key indicators. On the reverse, the eagle's breast feathers and wingtips reveal how much wear the coin has experienced. In excellent condition, these areas show only slight softening. The edge of the coin also plays a role in its appeal. A clean, well-defined reeded edge indicates careful preservation. Excessive flattening or damage would reduce grade, but in this case, the edge likely remains strong and intact. Philadelphia minted quarters from 1977 were produced in large numbers, yet exceptional examples in superior condition are far less common. Many coins from this year were heavily circulated, making well-preserved specimens stand out. For collectors building a date set of Washington quarters, the 1977 no-mint mark coin is an essential piece. While not rare in general, its value increases significantly when found in outstanding condition. Toning can also add character. Some 1977 quarters develop subtle shades of gold, champagne, or light gray over time. Natural toning, when even and attractive, enhances visual appeal and can increase collector interest. Coin collecting is about more than rarity, it is about preservation and presentation. A common date coin in exceptional condition often draws more attention than a rarer coin in poor shape. This is why excellent condition matters so much. The Washington quarter design remained unchanged until the introduction of the State Quarters program in 1999. Holding a 1977 example connects collectors to the classic era of modern U.S. coinage before major design transitions took place. Careful storage is essential to maintain this coin's condition. Placing it in a protective holder prevents additional scratches and preserves its luster. Cleaning should always be avoided, as it can damage the surface and reduce value dramatically. Collectors also search for possible mint errors within this date. Though uncommon, double dies, die cracks, or striking anomalies can dramatically elevate the worth of a coin that otherwise appears standard. The 1977 Washington quarter represents stability in American coinage during a decade of change. Its enduring design symbolizes national strength and unity, qualities reflected in the eagle and the portrait of Washington. Even after nearly half a century, an excellent condition example retains impressive detail. The smooth fields, defined devices, and balanced appearance make it visually satisfying to examine closely. For beginners, this coin offers an accessible entry into the hobby. For experienced collectors, it provides an opportunity to seek high-grade specimens that stand apart from average circulated examples. Grading services often certify exceptional coins, encapsulating them in protective holders and assigning numerical grades. A high-grade 1977 quarter without a mint mark can command significant premiums compared to ordinary examples. The thrill of coin collecting lies in discovering overlooked potential. Many people spend quarters without a second thought, unaware that certain pieces in outstanding condition may carry far greater value than their face amount. The legacy of George Washington on American coinage continues to inspire collectors, and the 1977 issue stands as a testament to the durability and timelessness of this design. When condition, eye appeal, and collector demand align perfectly, even a seemingly common 1977 Washington quarter without a mint mark can reach extraordinary heights in the marketplace. Under exceptional circumstances and with remarkable preservation, such a coin can achieve $45,000. Next up, the United States of America Washington quarter dollar coin from 1993 with the D mint mark, presented in circulated condition and carrying the classic silver-gray color that has defined modern American coinage for decades. The 1993 Washington quarter belongs to the long-running Washington quarter series, first introduced in 1932 to honor George Washington. By the early 1990s, this design had already become one of the most recognizable coin images in the country, quietly moving through millions of hands in daily transactions. On the obverse side, the left-facing portrait of George Washington remains the focal point. Even in circulated condition, his strong profile, tied hair, and composed expression are clearly visible. Light wear may appear on the highest points such as the cheek and hair above the ear, but the overall design remains bold and identifiable. The word Liberty arches above Washington's head, and I in God we trust appears to the left of the portrait. Below, the date 1993 is clearly displayed, marking this coin as a product of an era defined by rapid technological growth and cultural change. To the right of the date sits the small but important D mint mark, indicating that this coin was struck at the Denver Mint. The Denver facility has long been one of the primary producers of circulating coinage in the United States, striking millions of quarters annually to meet national demand. Turning the coin over reveals the classic eagle reverse that defined Washington quarters prior to the state quarters redesign in 1999. The eagle stands proudly with wings spread wide, clutching arrows to symbolize strength and readiness. Beneath the eagle rest olive branches, representing peace and unity. In circulated condition, the eagle's breast feathers may show light flattening, and the wingtips may appear slightly worn. However, the strong outline of the bird and the bold inscriptions United States of America and quarter dollar remain clear and legible. The 1993 quarter is composed of a copper core with outer layers of copper nickel. This clad composition, introduced in 1965, provides durability and allows the coin to maintain its silvery appearance even after years of circulation. Circulated condition means this coin has lived an active life. It may have traveled through grocery stores, vending machines, banks, and pockets across the country. Each small scratch, contact mark, or subtle discoloration adds to its character and tells the story of its journey. Collectors understand that circulation wear does not automatically eliminate value. In fact, some circulated coins attract attention because of unique toning, interesting wear patterns, or possible minting anomalies hidden within the design. The Denver Mint in 1993 produced a large number of quarters, but among those millions, small variations and errors can occur. A careful collector may examine the coin under magnification, searching for doubled letters, die cracks, or off-center strikes. Even in circulated condition, eye appeal matters. A coin with balanced wear, clear details, and attractive natural toning can be more desirable than one that appears dull or heavily damaged. Subtle shades of gold or soft gray can enhance its visual presence. The reeded edge of the coin also tells part of the story. In circulated examples, the ridges may show slight smoothing but should remain mostly intact. A strong edge contributes to the overall grade and desirability. For collectors building a complete date and mint set of Washington quarters, the 1993 D is a necessary piece. While common in general circulation, higher-grade circulated examples are more difficult to find than many assume. The Washington quarter design itself carries enduring symbolism. George Washington represents leadership and the founding principles of the nation, while the eagle on the reverse symbolizes strength and resilience. Holding this coin is like holding a small piece of American identity. During the early 1990s, the United States was entering a new era of digital innovation. Coins like this 1993 quarter quietly circulated through a changing world, witnessing everyday life during a pivotal time in history. Collectors often compare circulated coins to mint state examples to understand grading differences. Observing how wear affects Washington's hair or the eagle's feathers provides valuable insight into coin preservation. Proper storage is essential for maintaining whatever detail remains on a circulated coin. Placing it in a protective holder prevents further scratches and environmental damage. Cleaning should always be avoided, as it can permanently reduce collector value. Some collectors specialize in modern clad coinage, seeking out the finest known examples from each year and mint. Even a circulated 1993 D quarter can serve as a placeholder until a higher grade specimen is acquired. The copper-nickel surface of the coin often develops a soft sheen over time. When light reflects across the fields, subtle luster may still be visible, especially if the coin experienced only light circulation. Understanding the mintage figures for 1993 helps collectors appreciate the coin's place within the broader series. While not rare in terms of production numbers, scarcity can arise when focusing on condition and specific varieties. The Washington Quarter series remained unchanged until 1999, making the 1993 issue part of the final decade before the introduction of the state quarters program. This positions it as a piece of the classic modern era. For beginners, a circulated 1993 D quarter offers an accessible and affordable way to start learning about grading, mint marks, and coin composition. For experienced collectors, it provides an opportunity to hunt for subtle variations. Every coin has a story, and this 1993 Washington quarter is no exception. It has passed through countless transactions, yet it remains a symbol of continuity and national heritage. When exceptional preservation, eye appeal, and rare minting characteristics align, even a circulated 1993 D Washington quarter can capture significant attention in the numismatic marketplace. Under extraordinary circumstances, such a coin has the potential to reach $45,000. Next up, the United States of America Washington quarter-dollar coin from 1997 with the D mint mark, presented in very fine condition and displaying that familiar silver-gray color that defines modern American coinage. This is not just spare change. It is a time capsule from the final years before one of the biggest design changes in U.S. coin history. The 1997 Washington Quarter belongs to the long-running Washington Quarter series first introduced in 1932 to honor George Washington. By 1997, this design had already served the nation faithfully for 65 years, becoming one of the most recognized and trusted coins in everyday American life. On the obverse, the left-facing portrait of George Washington stands as a symbol of leadership and national identity. In very fine condition, the overall design remains sharp, though moderate wear is visible on the highest points such as the hair above the ear and the cheek area. Even so, the details of the tied hair and facial outline are still clearly defined. The word Liberty arches boldly above Washington's head, and in very fine condition the letters remain strong and readable, though slight smoothing may appear at the top edges. To the left of the portrait, "In God We Trust" is clearly visible, preserving the coin's traditional inscription. Below the bust, the date 1997 is displayed with clarity. To the right of the date sits the small D mint mark, indicating that this coin was struck at the Denver Mint. The Denver facility has long played a major role in producing circulating coinage for the country, and its mint mark connects this coin to that historic production line. Turning the coin over reveals the classic eagle reverse design that defined Washington quarters until the introduction of the state quarters program in 1999. The eagle stands with wings spread wide, gripping arrows in its talons as a symbol of strength and readiness. Beneath the eagle, olive branches represent peace and unity. In very fine condition, the eagle's outline remains bold, and many of the feather details are still visible. Some flattening may appear on the breast feathers and wingtips, but the design retains strong visual impact. The inscriptions United States of America and quarter dollar remain crisp and legible. The coin's composition consists of a copper core with outer layers of copper nickel, a clad structure introduced in 1965. This durable construction explains why even decades later, the 1997 quarter continues to maintain its structural integrity and recognizable appearance. Very fine condition indicates moderate circulation wear but no heavy damage. The coin likely shows light scratches and contact marks from everyday handling, yet it maintains clear details across both obverse and reverse. This balance between wear and clarity makes very fine coins particularly appealing to collectors. By 1997, the Washington Quarter design was nearing the end of its uninterrupted run before the major redesign that would begin in 1999. This places the 1997 D Quarter at an interesting point in history, representing the closing chapter of a classic era. Collectors often examine coins from this period carefully, searching for minting errors such as double dies, die cracks, or off-center strikes. Even in very fine condition, subtle anomalies can dramatically increase a coin's desirability. The Denver Mint produced a substantial number of quarters in 1997, but condition plays a critical role in value. Many coins from that year were heavily circulated, so finding an example with strong details and minimal damage can be more challenging than expected. Natural toning may also enhance the coin's appearance. Over time, exposure to air and storage environments can create soft hues of gold, champagne, or light gray across the surface, adding depth and character. The reeded edge of the coin should still show clear grooves in very fine condition, though slight smoothing may be present. A strong edge contributes to overall eye appeal and grade. Holding a 1997 Washington Quarter connects collectors to the late 1990s, a time of technological growth and cultural transformation. This small coin quietly circulated during a period that shaped the modern world. For beginners, this coin offers an accessible opportunity to study grading standards. Observing the difference between very fine and higher grades helps collectors develop a trained eye for detail and preservation. For experienced collectors, the excitement lies in the possibility that an ordinary-looking coin may conceal something extraordinary. A rare variety or striking anomaly can transform a common-date quarter into a sought-after piece. The Washington Quarter series itself stands as a testament to design stability. For more than 6 decades, the same obverse and reverse served the nation, making coins like the 1997 D a symbol of continuity. Even in very fine condition, the coin's fields may retain traces of original luster, especially in protected areas around the lettering and devices. These subtle flashes of shine enhance the coin's appeal. Proper storage remains essential. Placing the coin in a protective holder prevents further wear and environmental damage. Cleaning should always be avoided, as it can reduce both eye appeal and collector value. Collectors building a complete date and mint set of Washington quarters recognize the 1997 D as an essential component. Completing such a set provides a comprehensive view of the series' history and evolution. The balance of wear and detail in very fine condition often creates a pleasing aesthetic. The coin looks authentically circulated, yet still strong and dignified in appearance. Examining Washington's eye, the hair ribbon, and the eagle's wing structure reveals how well the design has endured over time. These elements remain visible and identifiable, even after years of use. Modern coin collecting continues to grow, and many enthusiasts now revisit pre-1999 Washington quarters with renewed interest. Coins like the 1997 D offer both nostalgia and historical context. The thrill of coin hunting comes from the possibility that even a circulated or very fine coin might possess hidden rarity. Careful inspection and knowledge are the keys to discovering unexpected value. When strong preservation, eye appeal, and rare mint characteristics align perfectly, even a 1997 D Washington quarter in very fine condition can command remarkable attention. In extraordinary circumstances, such a coin can reach a value of $45,000. Next up, the United States of America Washington quarter-dollar coin from 1968 without a mint mark, presented in bad condition, yet still carrying a story that reaches back more than half a century. Even a coin that looks tired, scratched, and heavily circulated can hold surprising historical importance and hidden potential. The 1968 Washington quarter belongs to a fascinating era in American coinage. Just a few years earlier, in 1965, the United States transitioned away from silver coinage for circulating quarters and introduced the new copper-nickel-clad composition. By 1968, this modern structure had become standard, marking a major shift in how American coins were produced. When we say this coin is without a mint mark, that detail is important. Beginning in 1968, Philadelphia mint coins once again began carrying mint marks, but in certain cases coins are found without a visible mint mark due to wear, striking issues, or damage. A 1968 quarter without a mint mark immediately sparks curiosity and demands closer inspection. On the obverse, the iconic left-facing portrait of George Washington dominates the design. In bad condition, the highest points of Washington's hair and cheek may be heavily worn, possibly flattened from years of circulation. The details might appear soft, and fine lines may be difficult to distinguish. The word Liberty above Washington's head could show fading or partial smoothing, especially if the coin has seen decades of handling. In God We Trust on the left side may also appear weak or partially worn, yet even in rough shape, these inscriptions often remain readable. The date 1968 is a key detail. Even if the coin is scratched or discolored, as long as the date remains visible, it preserves the coin's identity. The late 1960s were a turbulent time in American history, and this coin quietly passed through countless hands during that era. Turning to the reverse, we see the classic eagle design that defined Washington quarters for decades. In bad condition, the eagle's breast feathers may be almost completely smooth, and the wing details may show heavy flattening. However, the bold outline of the bird usually remains identifiable. The inscriptions United States of America and quarter dollar may show significant wear, yet their presence still frames the eagle and confirms the coin's denomination. Even in rough shape, the overall composition of the design continues to communicate strength and tradition. The copper-nickel-clad structure of the 1968 quarter means that even when the surface is scratched or worn, the coin retains its layered construction. In some damaged examples, the copper core may be slightly visible along the edge, especially if the coin has experienced heavy wear. Bad condition can include deep scratches, discoloration, rim dings, corrosion spots, or environmental damage. While these factors lower the technical grade, they also tell the story of a coin that truly lived in circulation for many years. Collectors often overlook coins in poor shape, but experienced numismatists know that condition alone does not always determine value. Sometimes unusual characteristics, such as striking errors or mint anomalies, can be hidden within a worn example. A 1968 quarter without a mint mark could potentially raise questions about whether the mint mark was weakly struck or removed through wear. Careful magnification is essential to determine whether the absence is natural or simply the result of heavy circulation. The rim of a coin in bad condition may show flattening or small dents. Even so, as long as the rim remains mostly intact and the coin is not excessively bent, it retains its structural identity. Despite heavy wear, coins from 1968 connect collectors to the early years of clad coinage. This was a period of experimentation and adjustment for the U.S. Mint as it adapted to new metal compositions. The Washington quarter design itself remained unchanged for decades, symbolizing continuity and national pride. Even in rough shape, the portrait of Washington and the eagle remain powerful symbols of American heritage. Bad condition does not erase the coin's journey. Instead, it highlights the decades of transactions it has experienced, from grocery counters to bank deposits to pocket change exchanges. Some collectors intentionally seek low-grade coins to study wear patterns and understand how designs degrade over time. A 1968 quarter in poor condition can serve as a practical example of grading standards and metal durability. Discoloration on older clad coins may appear as dark gray patches, brownish tones, or uneven surface textures. These visual elements may not be aesthetically pleasing to everyone, but they add authenticity to the coin's life story. Even heavily worn coins can still hold collector interest if they display rare die varieties or production mistakes. A double die or off-center strike can remain visible even when other details are weak. Philadelphia Mint quarters from 1968 mark the return of mint marks after their temporary removal during the mid-1960s. The absence of a visible mint mark on this coin makes it especially intriguing for careful examination. Holding a worn 1968 quarter is like holding a small artifact from a transformative era. It survived changes in currency composition, economic shifts, and decades of daily use. For beginners, a coin in bad condition offers an affordable starting point for learning about grading and mint identification. For advanced collectors, it presents a challenge to uncover hidden details beneath wear. Proper storage is still important, even for a coin in rough shape. Placing it in a protective holder prevents further environmental damage and preserves its remaining details. Cleaning should never be attempted, as it can further reduce value. While most 1968 quarters in poor condition trade for face value, the numismatic world is full of surprises. Occasionally, coins with unusual characteristics attract significant attention. The excitement of coin collecting lies in the possibility that something overlooked might turn out to be extraordinary. Even a worn, damaged quarter can become a centerpiece if it carries rare features. When historical significance, unusual mint characteristics, and collector demand combine, even a 1968 Washington quarter without a mint mark in bad condition can reach astonishing heights. In rare and exceptional circumstances, such a coin can achieve $45,000.